Welcome to March. It's Wanka Mohale with you again, giving you just a word, a thought, something that you can use, to go through this month and through the rest of the year. This word March, we can use it also to mean marching, walking forward. And that's the purpose of all these monthly words that I give. Of course, last year it was just to show you, look, if you don't do anything with your time. Actually, I read a statement that says time is greater than anyone. Time does not have respect of persons, whether in terms of color or race or even class. March on into 2023 regardless of what it can throw at you. I just want to encourage you that beginning this month, beginning the month of March, there is so much negativity around us. Make a greater effort to look for good news, especially for news that are around what God is doing. We can so overfeed ourselves with negativity that we will end up ourselves being negative, being very pessimistic, and seeing life on the dark side and never seeing what God is doing. As a child of God, the Bible tells me that you are, or we are, the light of the world. I want you to make it a deliberate pursuit to look for good news. I want you to make it a deliberate pursuit to look for those things that uplift the spirit, that bring hope, that show that indeed things can change for the better. Remember, God was able to create a Goshen in the middle of a dark Egypt. An Egypt which was going through his punishment. What God was doing there with all those plagues, God was striking the gods of Egypt one by one. Who knows that God, through the problems that our world is experiencing, God is trying to tell mankind, not any specific nation. God is telling mankind, your ways are not bearing the fruit you are looking for. You are failing. And it is actually, in a way, not a punishment, but a reaping what the nations have sowed. But on top of that, you need now to be able to realize that when Israel was in Goshen, Israel was enjoying the presence of God, the immunity that Israel was enjoying in Egypt. And we could say the world is definitely an Egypt, the world is a Babylon, but we are living in times where the light of God can shine even in this darkness. So what I would like you to do is to do what we have started. We have started it here in GKCC. If you are listening from somewhere, you can start it. You look for God stories. You look for those stories that uplift. You look for those stories that prove that, hey, listen, it may be bad there, but there are places where God is actually at work. There are places where God is actually manifesting. There are places where God is actually moving. And when we find those stories, we don't just keep them to ourselves. Yes, we use them for ourselves, but we don't keep them to ourselves. We use them to encourage other people, to let them know that God is alive and well. He's not stressing about what's happening in the world today, but God is actually working and manifesting His glory and His power. And that is what I would like you to do from the month of March, not in the month of March, from the month of March, and see how it will turn your mood and encourage your faith. I'll see you when I speak to you in April.